Hello everybody, this is the Mothership here, and today I'm talking to you about patch X.28.0, Month of the Mad Samurai. So this is the patch that was just released on July 31st for the August Month of the Mad God event and everything with that. There's a whole calendar of events and everything, we'll get into that in a minute here. But this is the new class, the 15th class in Realm of the Mad God, and it brings us to 75 total stars attainable to get the White Star. And this class uses the katana from the ninja, as well as the armor from melee classes, so that's the heavy armors, like the A-crop armor and everything like that. And it also uses the new ability called the Waki, or more specifically, it's the Wakizashi. It's a sidearm that deals damage from multiple shots perpendicular to your character, the line from your character to your cursor. I'll show you. There's a little bit of footage I'll show here. I've gotten all of the Walkies so I can show sort of everything that happens with that. The Walkies T3 and above all also inflict the exposed debuff, which reduces the enemy's defense by 20, and more tier equals more exposed time. The T3 is 1 second, T4 is 2 seconds, T5 is 3, T6 is 3.5 seconds. Because of this, you should try to use at least the T3 Waki. It's definitely helpful to have this debuff when you're doing so much damage. Okay, so for those of you who would like to know, here's how you use the new Samurai class. You take your Waki right here, and so first of all, here's the T0. The simple Waki. It's got 2 shots, 90 degrees, 4.4 squares, 150 to 250 damage, range 6.3, shots at multiple targets, shots pass through obstacles, MP cost 40. What does that all mean? Here's what it means. It means when you shoot it, okay, we'll put the T0 on. When you shoot it, it shoots 2 projectiles. You see those 2 right there? Like little gray things running around? At a distance of up to 4.4. So you see it stops at 4.4, just like that. And it shoots them perpendicular from the line of your character to your cursor. So if you'll see here, we got my character. If I put my cursor over here, it'll shoot perpendicular to that, which means it'll go straight down because I'm straight out. Here it'll go straight to the side, just like that. Straight down, straight to the side, etc., etc. If you aim really far away, it'll do it at 4.4, but still perpendicular to your cursor, just like that. Excellent. Now with the Walkies, one interesting thing, sometimes with classes you can get more damage per MP by using like a T4 ability or something instead. With the Walkies, you always want to go with the higher one. It does more damage, even if it doesn't look like it. You'll see here that the T1 Wakizashi does 250 to 350 damage, and you're like, oh, that must be better than the T2 because it's 200 to 300. No, there's 3 shots on the T2, which is why it does more than the T1. So you always want to go up, even though there's more MP cost. You do want to keep upgrading them. I have all of them through T6 here, so you can see the MP cost increases by 10 up until about here, where it starts going up by 5, and then by 10 again for the T5, and it's still at 80 for the T6. So the T6, once you're like fully at T6 here, you get 4 shots at 400 to 500 damage. That means that you're going to be averaging about 1800 damage if you land all your shots. And it goes through multiple targets. This is really quite cool for Godlands, actually. If you can get close enough to hit your shots, and the heavy armor really helps with that, you can definitely do some serious damage. You get plus 2 Vit, plus 2 Wiz, pretty standard for T6 abilities. That's what's not included on the T5, but otherwise, they're almost the same. Almost. A little bit more damage than the T6. I think they all look really cool, so no matter what one you're using, you're going to be looking awesome. The UT ones, the Fire and the Eastern Winds, those are super awesome. I think that Waki may have actually been the correct choice here. I know a lot of people are complaining about Sheath versus Waki. I feel like the Waki is kind of like a worse spell bomb. That's the way a lot of people are describing it. I totally agree with that, but I feel like it's very balanced and fitting to what a samurai would have. The Sheath was good, but it felt like it was a little bit overpowered having a teleporting ability. I don't know, you guys should tell me what you think. Do you think they should add a new class with the Sheath? They've kind of hinted at that. Do you think they should completely delete the Sheath? Should they switch the Samurai over to Sheath abilities instead of Walkies? For now, I'm happy. I'm just really glad that we got a new class after about 6 years here, and it works well. I mean, you can see, like, we've got your max stats here. You can get up to 720 HP, 252 MP, 75 attack, 25 defense, 50 speed, 50 dexterity, 40 vit, and 60 whiz. Essentially what this means is that you'll do less damage than a ninja, even though you have really high attack. Your dex is lower, you don't get the dex from like having light armors and leather armors and things like that. but you're also slightly less tanky than a melee. The great middle ground is that you do a lot of damage, and you have the range of a ninja. You have the katana's range, so it is quite effective. If you use it, you will see that I'd say it's probably more playable than the ninja, just because for me, the ninja, I always want to do damage, and I always end up just sitting on top of something and dying. But with this heavy armor, I've noticed it really hangs on there a lot more than the ninja when it comes to rushing through things and just tanking higher hitting shots. We'll go through all of the new stuff with this update, the events that are coming, some of the really cool stuff that Deca's planning to do for temporary double drop rates and things like that. So let's just get straight into it. With the Samurai, to unlock it, you need to get level 20 on the Knight and level 20 on the Ninja. For most players, that won't be an issue because you've probably already gotten to level 20 with everything. There are 2 UT items that now come for the Samurai. There's the Walkie of the Eastern Winds from the Megamoth in the Woodland Labyrinth. That's the epic forest maze. And there's also the Walkie of Crossing Fires from Shaitan. And Shaitan drop rates actually for the skull have also been increased. So it's not a fabled item that nobody has anymore. It should be something that's attainable, and it's coming up in the calendar here. We'll have a Shaitan's event, so hopefully people will be doing a ton of those, and Hofster can finally get his skull that he's always wanted. Here's the event calendar for Month of the Mad God. As you can see, there's a new dungeon every couple days. Some of them have overlap and everything. We're starting off with the Shaitans and the Oryx Horde and everything. But the most curious and interesting thing here is that on the 16th, they're doing something that I don't believe has ever been done before. They're doing a double drop chance for event whites. So I know personally I'm going to be farming a lot of Ogmers and Jugs and things. Maybe if my OPE Paladin can get its T6 seal, I'll be looking for an Oreo. But for an entire week there, you've got a 2x chance. And you can also use loot drop potions to make that a 3x chance instead of 2x. So that's super interesting in my opinion. You can also get from epic chest quests. If you turn those in during MotMG, you get a lucky clover, which means you'd have 20 extra minutes of loot drop that you could use in the realm to get those special event white UTs. Beyond that, another cool thing is that we almost have an entire week of Lost Halls events, which is going to be super cool. All of the dungeon portals you see on this calendar refer to the chest event that will be happening. It's going to be super neat. It goes until September 5th, so it's a little bit more than a month actually. If you can't log in August, you'll still get to do some of that Lost Halls stuff and some of the fame boxes that'll be around. We get a new fame box every week, and I think that's going to be pretty cool. In addition, some of the new stuff that you can get, there's like a bunch of skins. You got the Jellyhead Trickster from the Nandarian Reef, Headless Rider from Headless Horseman in the Realm, Vampire Lord skin from Ruthven, and Woodland Huntress from the Megamoth as well, just like the Walkie of Eastern Winds. So those are kind of cool. I don't know, I'm not a huge skin guy, I don't really hunt those down, but if you want to go find those, that's where you can get them. There are tokens again, so if you'll remember from last year, they're the Moss tokens, the Moss bags, the Stone tokens, and the Mad God tokens. I think I might still have some of the old ones, actually. I wonder if I can redeem those. Anyway, yeah, you can turn them in to create bags that have rewards and everything like that. The Stone tokens, actually, you can turn them in for stone skins at the Tinkerer. You can turn the Mad God tokens in for a Kingdom skin, which is pretty cool. Those are really neat. I'll show you some here on the screen. There's also a new dungeon in the game for this. The Oryx Horde is back, if you'll remember that. That's the whole Oryx thing in the realm, yada yada yada. If you're new, you'll see it in the realm here pretty soon. It's pretty cool, but you open a portal up to Oryx Mayhem, which is an event dungeon that you fight multiple different bosses through. From, Deca era bosses is what they said here on the Reddit post. Things like the Nest Tea Room boss. So that's pretty cool. I've done it a couple times here, and it seems to be pretty fun. You can get some really neat vanity items, like a Silix's hammer, katana, random spell extraction device, precisely calibrated string stick, barely attuned magic thingy, lethargic sentience, unstable anomaly, and toy knife. You might recognize a couple of those. The only ones that are new are the first three there, the hammer, katana, and the random spell extraction device. The other three were from an event a while ago. I still have my toy knife, I think, lying around, which is kind of cool, and my string stick. As well, the Leprechaun is back, so you'll find it in dungeons. The dungeons they have listed here: Toxic Sewers, Magic Woods, Puppet Master's Theater, not the Encore, Sprite World, Mad Lab, Abyss of Demons, and Undead Lair, which is pretty neat. The loot table for that thing, it's just got some kind of cool stuff. You got the Stone Oryx pet skin, Some of the pet skins, you get the UTs from the event, so like the Sword of Rainbow's End and the bow, the clover bow. But you can also get all the Burning Sunset things, so the Summer Solstice set with the staff, spell, robe, and ring. You can get all of those from the Leprechaun, which is useful because you can turn them in for Lost Halls tops in the Tinkerer, which is super neat. I didn't know they would ever do something like this, but you can turn in the full set of Summer Solstice and get one Lost Halls top of your choice. Some of you will also remember the Bow of Morningstar and Sword of Illumination drops that occasionally happen. I think this is about once or twice a year now. Deck has been sort of doing this. They drop the Bow of Morningstar in the UDL and the Sword of Illumination in the Abyss. So if you'd like to go get those, they have a higher drop rate than normal D-Blades and D-Bows. So definitely farm those out. They're really cool looking in my opinion. And you should just go get a couple of them to stock up if you like playing on archers and warriors and stuff like that. We do have a couple of new UTs here from the Mad God Mayhem Decaract, which is the final boss of the Mad God Mayhem. The Shield of Flowing Clarity, the Jade Storm, and then the Cloak of the Mad God. Those are just cool stuff. I will leave a link to the Reddit article down in the description. You can check it out. It's got stats and everything. The Jade Storm looked really cool. I want to get one of those, definitely, while this event is out. There have been a couple of quality of life fixes and stuff. You can do /add friend now instead of having to find somebody and add them as a friend or whatever. Yeah, there's more vault space again because why not? Deca loves increasing vaults. Everybody loves more vaults, so the vault's huge. Go for it. Buy more vault chests if you want. I'm still sitting at like a quarter of the total vault chests you can have. Like I think I have 30 vault chests, maybe less. But you know, whatever. I know Hofster's going to go buy them at some point, but y'all can do whatever you want. We've also got the Deck Anniversary Pack, which is a Legendary Mystery Skin, a Legendary Pet Skin, as well as 100 Mystery Stat Pots, so go ahead and pick that up. It's free, you can just grab it from the Misery Box Shop Packages area. The Shaitan has a new look and a new design, new feel to it, you should check it out. It's going to be the event for the next couple of days here since this video is released. Here's some footage of one. I'll let that just sort of sit here until the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this helped. If it did, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. If you disliked the video, give it a dislike. Why not? Alright, let me know what you think about the new class and the update in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.